Hi, Diane Rehm. Thank you so much for giving me just a few seconds here. I promise I won't take much time. Yesterday you had a program on the show, The Changing Suburbs, Wednesday, August the 7th, and your little calendar here shows that it's the 8th. It's only the next morning, and it's 6:40 as I talk in the AM, and I hope I can get myself together for what I would like to try to convey to you. The article is wonderful, and it actually opened an entirely new area in my brain that I hadn't considered, and I can see full well now how poverty is seeping itself into suburbs. And every conversation I've been hearing for the past 3 years since I came into a greater awareness about community is that every time conversations like yesterday's occur, you talk about the economy as if it's only money, Diane, and we're missing the entire other half of the economy and never mentioning it, and I think we're doing everyone a disservice by not mentioning that. Out of 5,000 years of civilization, it's only been the past 200 years or so we've had money and the ability to go away from that place we were born. That leaves an awful lot of time for the human animal we are to have nurtured itself in the nest of home where you rarely ever left from, outside of very exceptional situations, soldiers and slaves and the like. For the most part, humanity, and nomadic tribes, I guess we could throw into that mix, but for the most part, humanity occurred for the individual approximately where they were born, and they died not very far from that location. That was reality. And there are conversations going on that you need to be showing light upon, please, if you could, because it has nothing to do with money. There was a time before money when Americans helped one another. They would raise the barn on Sunday. They would gather, have church, have food, and get that barn raised. And that kind of mentality is what built this country. And we're not very good at being community-minded. The Western ethic has always spoken of the individual and the importance of the individual. And every time we talk about community, there are those among us who try to claim that socialism or something, and it's just the craziest kind of conversation. You need to be talking to Peter Block, John McKnight, and Edgar Kahn about their concepts of community based upon the old days and the old ways, where when we convene, we don't meet, we gather and we sit in circles, and leaders are not really fixing my everyday life, but the people I live near, we can affect everybody else's lives because we can enter into agreements such as time banks, where if I give you an hour of my time, you pay me back when you help somebody else by giving them an hour of your time, not doing anything to do with the money economy, but that helpful family, neighbor, community help, getting groceries in the house, checking on somebody, calling to say hello, a myriad of things that money is no longer the medium of exchange, but time is. It's what we used to do, and we've gotten away from it. And I think you could be doing more of a favor by including this conversation when we talk about economy. Economy is not only money, Diane. It's what we can do for one another. It's what built everything we have, and we've gotten away from it, and we've forgotten how important it is that we have a tremendous resource, even in the poverty-stricken suburbs and in inner city Flint, Michigan, where I spend all of my time trying to convey this conversation too, that if you don't have money, we do at least have each other. And there's such a powerful strength in that. You need to explore that. We need to get this into the national conversation. And I can't think of a better place for it to begin than right here with the Diane Rehm Show. But it's not being talked about, and we're doing a disservice. It's like having a picture, and we see the characters, but we're not seeing the negative. That is, do you understand what I'm trying to say? We're missing an entire element that desperately needs light shown on it and conversation given to it and more conversation, because once we have the conversation, the community comes into existence. And for more information about this, you need to look at the websites of Peter Block, John McKnight in the time banking concepts that Edgar Kahn puts forth and has spread all around the world. Please, time banks, those names I mentioned to you, it's a patriotic thing to do that's aside from money. You know, money hasn't been working out. The whole structure that we're working under isn't really working out. That means the answer has to come back to the nest that we all once knew and the helping of one another. And that if I help you and you're expected to give to somebody else, that's empowerment. And it's no longer a one-way street. Charity is an old-fashioned word. There's too many old-fashioned ideas that we're trying to create today into tomorrow, but that's only extending the problem another day. We need to look rather at possibilities and not label everybody for their negatives, but say that person who may be homeless used to be an architect, for example, or some other thing, you know, that we're not taking advantage of, and that has to be a part of the conversation. I just wanted to get that through to you. I think it's vitally important, and I think we're overlooking it, and the longer we overlook it, the worse things get. Capiche? Thank you.